Hey losers, it's me, Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a book tag, which I haven't done in a really long time, but this is one that I like to do yearly, just like a lot of my recent videos where I just do something because I like to do it. Does that make sense? No, but I'm here doing it. This is the mid-year book freakout tag, and honestly, like, I'm filming this in May. I don't know if it's gonna get up in May. I don't know if it's gonna be put up in June, but at some point it might be either early or late, or right on time. Who knows? The first question here is the best book you've read so far in 2022. No surprise. Oh my god, you're not even gonna gasp. This is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This is a story about two siblings who have to figure out what to do with their parents' belongings, their house, after their untimely deaths. It's good. There are puppets. Next question is the best sequel you've read so far in 2022. That is probably The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the last book in this series, The Raven Cycle, and I don't think it was quite as good as the other books, but it was good. It wasn't like all I hoped for, but it was good. And I haven't really read a ton of sequels this year, so this is the best there's been yet so far. And maybe I'll read some different ones in the second half of the year. I don't know, honestly, but this one was okay. Third question is a new release that you haven't read yet, but would like to. Definitely Abnormal Statistics by Max Booth III. This is a collection of short stories. I just love his fucking writing so much. He is hilarious. And he's hilarious in his writing also. Like, he's just hilarious all around. So there's that. Question number 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. There's a couple. I'm really looking forward to Mr. Magic by Kiersten White. I'm looking forward to Dead of Winter by Darcey Coates. I'm looking forward to The Handyman Method by Nick Cutter and Camp Damascus by Tingle. There's going to be so many fucking books, so many great books released in the second half of this year, just like there's been in the first half. Next question is your biggest disappointment, or next prompt, I guess. Is that a question or a prompt? Probably both. That is by far The Toll by Neal Shusterman. I read the first 2 books in this series, and it's kind of like a utopian dystopian that's really cool, very politically driven. I read like 250 pages of this. This is an over 600 page book, and nothing fucking happened in the first 250 pages. And I was like, how dare you do this to me? This is terrible. I hate this. And I put it down forever. And I'm like, it rubbed me so wrong that there's no way I'm ever going to pick this up. I just have to be happy with what I read in the first 2 books and know that there's never going to be a conclusion for me. Thanks, Neal Shusterman. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just kidding. You can write whatever the fuck you want. Number 6 is the biggest surprise. I think that Confessions by Kanae, Minato, like, it wasn't surprising that I liked it, I guess. Maybe that's what this question is asking. But there is something that happens in the end of this that was really surprising, and I like this. This is about a school teacher who, her like young daughter is killed on their like school campus, and she thinks some of her students did it. It's told through like speeches and letters and stuff like that, and there are different points of view that you see. So you see like this incident from different people, and it's really interesting. It was a good book. Number 7 is a new favorite author, whether they're a debut or just new to you, and for sure that is Michael McDowell. And like, there should be no surprise there because so many people love Michael McDowell's writing. So it's like, if I read one book, like, I think, and I like it, I think I'm just gonna have to continue on with all of his shit. He is particularly well known for writing Southern Gothic, atmospheric books, and this was no exception. This is called Moon Over Babylon, and it is like a ghosty kind of murder mystery. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Number 8 is Newest Fictional Crush, and I don't think I have one of those. I don't read a lot of books where everyone is very appealing, or like where anyone is very appealing. So that just doesn't apply to me this year in this video, but maybe next year, I don't know. Number 8 is your new favorite character, and this is from a book I'm actually reading right now. I'm thinking of Ulam from Tress of the Emerald Sea. This, the Ulam is a doctor aboard a ship, and he is undead, and he's just kind of quirky and, you know, I don't know if he was once ever living. I really don't know that much about him, but he's just funny and I like him, and he's undead. Number 10 is a book that made you cry. This, I don't know, not really a crier, but there's a death in Saga Volume 2 that like really made me sad for a minute, and like I went, and I think that's the closest I get to crying over books. This is such a fucking great series, so I've reread part of it this month and I hope to read the rest of them. It's just like a really great sci-fi, like kind of hopeful but really heartbreaking story. It's just really good. I love it. Number 11 is a book that made you happy, and like, you know, fictional crush. I don't read a lot of books that are happy, but I think this one did make me chuckle a little bit. This is The Haunting of Nicolas Cage by Margot Mannone. This is about Nick Cage trying to write his great American novel in a haunted mansion that he once owned. So it like kind of takes some facts, but creates a fictionalized event, and it's just full of Nick Cageisms, and it's really quite clever and fun. So I guess this made me happy because it wasn't like the doom and gloom that I usually read. Number 12 is the most beautiful book you've received this year, or bought, or given, I don't know. But I definitely wanted to choose Head Like a Hole by Andrew Van Wey for this. This is a book I'm hoping to read soon. It is 90s. It has a great cover with this woman whose head is becoming a mushroom, and also octopus tentacles are coming out of her fucking eyeballs, and like, this cover just speaks to me on a personal level. Mushrooms, octopuses, both things I love. The 90s, which isn't really conveyed in the cover. Well, the title, Head Like a Hole, you know, 9 Inch Nails, so. Everything about it was created for me. And our last question, question number 13, lucky 13. What books do you hope to get to by the end of the year? One here is Motherthing by Ainslie Hogarth, which is about a woman who really hasn't had a motherly connection in her life. So she is trying to create them. One with her husband's mother, so her mother-in-law, who moves in with them and quickly dies and starts to haunt them. After she's made it known that she really does not like her new daughter-in-law. So, I don't know. This just seems so wacky and interesting. And I just need to fucking read it. I need to read it. The other one is The Exorcist House by Nick Roberts. This is one, I can't remember if it was on a TBR for this year. I think it might have been. It's far enough in the year that that could have been. But this is about a family who buys a farmhouse, and they find out that it used to be the house of an exorcist, and also it takes place in the 90s, which is like a big selling point for me. If you want to sell me a book, you can tell me that, and I'm probably gonna buy it. That's like, just probably because I grew up in that decade. That's something that, oh, I just love. I love everything about it. I love the pop culture. I love the vibes, and kind of a little bit of a peaceful time that we had for some time. So that is the mid-year book tag. I'd love to know if you've done this year, whether it is a blog post, whether it is a video. I'd love to watch or read. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.